All right, welcome back to Getting There. The last video, yes, I know it was very long, but like I said, I wanted to start and stop the front end of this truck all in one video. We did, but it made a very long video, which I had to edit it down, and it just wasn't happening without cutting a bunch of stuff out. So I'm sorry about that, but today we're going to move on to the back and tackle the back, get the dualies off. Like I said, I think there's that pin in there, that alignment pin on the, we got to get off of there or cut off. And throw one of the tires on the back and see what the lug nut situation is going to be like. And should be pretty uneventful, pretty quick in the back. There's not really much to be done back there, so this should be a shorter video. If all goes well, we can't even really permanently mount them on or nothing because I don't even have the right lug nuts for it. But it should be a pretty short video. But we'll tackle that and see what it looks like. We're getting step by step closer to this thing being back to having some fun. So at least able to pull it out of the barn, in and out. So anyway, I'll get you set up back there and we'll tackle that real quick. All right, so I already threw some PV blaster on these studs. They don't look too bad, so they should come off fairly easily. Oh, a little bigger socket though. Oh man, oh, did it? Nope. Alright, you have to bear with me because it's bigger than 1 inch and that's the biggest one I have in this pack, so I'll go find the right socket, so just give me a second. Oh, it's way too big. Nope. All right, so I think it's 1 1/16. Yep, sure is. But in full disclosure, I don't have an impact socket 1 1/16. I have 1 1/8 and 1 inch, but I don't have 1 1/16. So we're gonna try this regular socket. And I don't think these studs are bad enough, rusty wise. I think they'll come off pretty easy. I don't think we'll split the socket. I guess we're gonna get the big breaker or the big four-way and break these babies loose. Oh, come on. Put the trucking gear. Ah, that's not even good, you dummy. Let's try it. Let's get a chalk. See if we can chalk that good enough. Inside was flat. Give it a big sledge. do have an alignment pin. Let's make turn this over to show you. Hold on a second. Oh, perfect. So we do have this alignment pin right here that we're going to cut off. I don't really want to take the drum off because the brakes are free and working and everything. And I don't want the freaking shoes flying out on me. And I have to mess with all that right now. So I think I'm just going to... Oh, there we go. No, not working that. We're going to just cut it off flush right here. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to try the grinder with a cutoff going first. Come in from above and I can just maybe get down through it without hitting the studs. If not, I'll take the little die grinder and cut it the rest of the way. The little tiny cutoff tool. Let's see what happens. Let me get that stuff set up. All right. All right, that was almost too easy. Worked out too well. All right, so that's cut off flush. You know, something else that's just to point out here, it's critical with doing something like this is safety. You know, eye protection is good, but you don't always have it around. So you really need to make sure you need to make sure that you understand how to properly perform the safety squints when you're cutting or grinding or anything like that. You know, flying debris, and you know, you got to get your eyes just to the right level of squint with just the right firmness of your eyelids. You know, where you can see through your eyelashes to see what you're doing safely, but enough closure to where it blocks at least 86% of flying debris. You know, that's not really something that can just be taught in a, you know, just quickly. Yeah, the basics, but it takes many years of mastering the safety squints till you can really, you know, be confident that you're doing it correctly and that you're fully safe. So let's get that. I'm gonna roll that big tire over here, and I don't think we'll have to jack it up any further. We should be good. So we'll get it on here, and then we can measure the stud as to how much it sticks out, so we know how long of a lug nut we need. Maybe we'll take one off the front. If it looks like it'll be close, we'll take one off the front and try it to see if it seats, and then I'll know I can just get more of the front ones. If not, I'll have to get longer ones. That's awesome. She went on nicely and everything. All right. So I guess I'll take the impact and go up here and zip a lug nut off the front, and we'll bring it back here and see if it fits. See how it fits on here. I'll take you with me. I think it might work. Let's go see. Yeah, maybe. I'm close. Yeah. Yeah, see it. Yeah, you can see. I don't know if you can actually see it or not. Hold on, let me just bear with me here for a second. So it's, I know it's kind of hard to see, but so the cap is hollow all the way up to the outside. The outside edge, the outside layer, this is very thin. The end of it is very thin, and you can kind of see how much further it sticks out this way than this stud does. So the stud is really probably, yeah, it's clean back in here where the hex part is, where it ends. You get this whole cap here that's dang near all hollow inside too. So this is perfect. I can get 16 more of these same lug nuts and have the back all on. Sweet. Well, let me get this one. Put you back on here, and then I can get that one off. And well, I guess actually I can just leave it on there right now, because that way it holds that wheel in place. And we'll move to the other side and get that side off, get that stud, that little alignment pin cut off. We need lug nuts, and we need to take that other tire. We'll pump it up and see if we can find where it's leaking, but we'll probably just take it in and have it figured out, drop it off and have it looked at and see where it's leaking and get it repaired. But then we'll have this baby ready to sit back on the ground. Let's go to the other side. I'll pause you for a sec. All right, let's get these broke loose. Oh, yeah. Need my wheel chuck again. That way. Okay. Hey, nice, I don't have to beat these with the hammer. Oh, I didn't have to do the outside right there, just the inside. Oh, there, if you like the wheel. Let's see. Nope. I'll move you this time so you can actually see what we're doing. What I'm doing. Just don't forget about the safety squints. Like this. Flush. All right. So I'm not going to put the other wheel back on, or this wheel on. I mean the big, because I still got to get it to stop leaking. So I'm going to take you and I'll get you set up. Now let's go get you set up. Let's take a look at the other side first. I'm pretty excited to take a look at how this thing looks with both tires on it. Oh yeah. Dang. Man, that looks good. It's just freaking right. Man, that's nice. All right, cool. I can't wait to get a video of this thing rolling out of here, like driving out of here. And then, all right, cool. All right, I'm gonna pause you for a second, and I'll go pull that tire out of the back. I'm gonna need both my hands for that, and it's quite a situation back there. So I'll pause you for a second, bring that tire out, and we'll take a peek at it real quick. All right, so what I did here is I took the tire wheel, flipped it up on a stool. The stool sits just on the wheel is just sitting on the stool. The tire is free. It's so I can, because the bead on the back is apart, separated. It's not seated on the bead, but the front is. So I'm gonna just gently put a little pressure down while try to while I'm pumping on this, and hopefully it's enough with the weight of the tire. And it's pushing against the bead right now, it's touching it. So hopefully it's enough to get it to seat on the bead and not just all the air just leak out of the bead. There we go, it's going. All right, so we got it pumped up. I didn't talk at all during that because the compressor's so stinking loud. You won't be able to hear me. But I'm gonna leak check a few spots, obvious spots first. That stuff's too thick. Need a spray bottle. Got 40, I only put 40 pounds in it. This is just another perfect example of telling me to stop procrastinating and get my big compressor hooked up. All I gotta do is wire up a stinking plug and run a little bit of piping, because I'm running this little pancake compressor, the little weenie compressor, and it's just, it takes forever to pump something big like this up, where the big compressor just, you know, holds the volume in the tank to be able to inflate this a lot quicker. But anyway, we're at 30 right now. I don't hear anything, or there's nothing leaking around the valve stem with the leak check, but that's just too thick to do around the bead real good. I need to get a spray bottle, some soapy water, which I don't have out here. So I'll get that, but I think I'm gonna stick this. No, I'm not gonna stick it on the truck. That's a waste of time. I'll leave it right here, because I need to get the lug nuts anyway. So we're gonna leave this here, and I think we're pretty much done with this tonight. Maybe tomorrow, well, not maybe, tomorrow evening, I'll swing in and grab the lug nuts for the rear, and then we'll check this when we get back from town and getting that stuff. See if it's still holding air, or if it's down below 40 PS. I think I don't know if it's a 30 or 40, but I put 40 in it. See how much air pressure is in it. See if it does. See if it is still slow leaking, or whether it was just leaking around the bead before. They've been sitting in the back for a long time, but I'm sure there's a leak somewhere, so it'll be lower. We'll have to figure that out. But anyway, we'll get the lug nuts tomorrow night, and then tomorrow evening, and then maybe tomorrow night, I'll get a spray bottle together, see if we can find a leak. Maybe we'll get super lucky and we can mount this baby on the truck. If it's still up and only down maybe a few PSI, I'm gonna put it on the truck, and then we can move on to getting the thing started and running, and getting it ready to be able to move out of the barn, in and out, whatever, just be able to, you know, get it moving under its own power. And if we get it, when we get it to that point, we're taking a little ride. but we'll just keep plucking away at it. I did get a few things the other day at Harbor Freight. I was talking about that bearing packer. I did find one. Oh, this was actually not Harbor Freight. This was Menards. But super, super basic one. You just, like I said before, you just put the bearing in, pack with grease, put the bearing in. This screws on. Grease in the bottom, put your bearing in here, put your handle on it, squeeze your bearing down and just, you start with it up, but just press it down and it forces the grease through all these little holes, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the white part, up through there and into the middle of the bearing and packs your bearing. So actually super cool. But this is what I was talking about before. Yeah. So anyway, I found one of those. It is actually getting, the weather is breaking and it's getting warm enough to actually do some work out here comfortably. I mean, I'm still in warm stuff, my garage stuff, but like, it's actually not bad out here at all. And this is actually still a colder evening day than what it is going to be coming up here. I think we have one more cold day this weekend. Today's Friday. Saturday, tomorrow, I think, is still pretty cool. I forget what's going to be exactly, but still cool. But then Sunday's nice, Monday's nice, Tuesday. The rest of the week looks pretty nice for your highs. So we should be able to tinker in here a little bit consistently from here on out now in the evenings. Got a lot of cool stuff coming up right now with just different vehicles, different trucks and stuff. This is obviously moving along, and I got to bring the yellow truck home. I got to tear apart. That's one thing that that'll be something I'll work on next, because I'll be working on that this weekend. I need to tear apart the little distribution block for the brakes on my Yellow International that isn't here. You haven't seen that one yet, but that's the one I had the exhaust done, and I need to bring it home from there. But the distribution block that mounts down on the frame rail, it's all, I think it's all just seized up inside from sitting. So I got to just tear it apart and see if I can get that all freed up and moving freely and working sexy again, because I'm not getting fluid to the front brakes. And then there's a line that I don't think we'll have to replace, but we may. It's from that block down to the front axle tube, mounts to a little block down there, and then there's hard lines that run out from there to each knuckle, and then a short flex line from the axle tube side of the knuckle out to the wheel cylinder. So I got to tear that little distribution block apart, and which in turn is, part of it's taking the line off that I'm talking about, taking that line off of it, blow through that line, see if we can get that good and cleaned up. We use a boatload of brake clean, get both of them taken apart, cleaned up, get the block disassembled, and all brake cleaned up. Hopefully we can get it cleaned up and free and working, because I can't find one. I've got one more place that I'm going to look or call to check on Monday, but I'm going to try to tear that thing apart tomorrow evening and see if I can get it freed up and working, just in case I can't find one Monday. The line has really weird fittings on it, so I'm going to try to be able to use that as well, salvage that, at least for now. I can have lines made, but I'd have to ship them off, my lines, so they could match the ends, get them made, ship them back, and that's all fine and good. I don't mind doing that, but I'd like to get this thing together now so it's movable, drivable, and then I can get it home. Then things like that will tear into it a little bit more. You'll see what we got going on with that truck when the time comes. But anyways, we're going to tear apart the brake distribution box, work on that. This thing is it's getting there. Old Red's getting there. All right, so we got the lug nuts. Picked these up today. We're gonna throw them on, and then we'll go check out the tire that we pumped up the other side and see how it is. See what kind of air pressure we got in it. Let's zip these down and with the right socket. And I have the one left over for the front from where I robbed one from back here. That ain't going nowhere. Let's go up to the front. I need to put some air in this tire as well. All right, to the other side. Oh, we gotta check this other tire first. Let's go do that. It's not flat, it feels pretty good. Let's see what kind of pressure we got in it. We lost about 10 psi. Well, it's probably dumb, but I'm I'm gonna pump it up to above 40 again, and then we're gonna put it on because I want to be able to get it down with the jack stands and work on getting it started and getting it movable. And then when I have a chance to take it in and drop it off, then I'll pull it back off the truck. But it's not leaking right down to nothing, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the compressor on, get it pumped up, bump it up another 10 psi, 12 psi, and then we'll take it over and put it on the truck so we get that thing off the jack stands. All right. All right, last one. I gotta get to the lug nuts real quick. All right. All right. Whew. Now's the moment that I've been waiting for a long time, to get this thing to the point to where it's actually sitting on the ground with these tires bolted on this truck, converted back to single wheel, as it's going to stand, as it's going to sit, as it's going to ride down the road. So let's get this baby down with the jack stands. Yeah. Man, I can't even tell you how happy that makes me to see that. Only thing that'll make me happier is when we're in it, looking out the driver's side window, the windshield, going down the road. Hang tight. All right, so that part's done. The next thing with this truck is we're gonna get the hood opened up, get some things up here to stand on, and we'll just check the fluids and all first. I just pull air in this tire, but next thing is work on getting it started. This thing's been sitting for a while. I have started it and ran it. Matter of fact, not when I did the exhaust on it. When it was sitting over here still, I did the exhaust on it. I had it running then. It ran perfectly. I went through the fluids then, but we'll go through it again. One thing I do want to do, I didn't run it on the tank, so I disconnected the hose from the tank, poured it out, and just ran it out of a jug. So I'm going to hook the tank back up, hook a portable tank that I have, temporary tank, like a boat tank, to the carburetor, run it off of that, off gravity, but I will let the pump gas out of the tank into a jug. That's probably how I do it, just to see what it looks like. What kind of, I don't think there's much gas in it, which is a good thing. But if it's not dirty and nasty, I'm sure the gas will be kind of crappy looking. But if I'm not getting debris and dirt and everything out of there, then I'll risk it for the biscuits, I guess, and put a bunch of fresh gas in the tank. Put a couple, like 2 filters in line, 2 of those plastic, I would say glass, but not the actual glass, but the plastic see-through filters. Put 2 of them in line, and then I can run it off the tank, the truck tank, see what kind of debris we get. Once you get some crap in that first filter, pull that one out, put another one in it, keep doing that until we're not getting any more debris, hopefully, out of that tank, out of the truck tank, and then we can safely run on that. Still with a inline CN filter, so we can see what we're getting out of that tank, just to be on the safe side. Maybe we'll even run 2 filters on it for a little while, just so we know that we've ran a few tanks, a good bit of gas at least, through the tank, through the lines, through everything, that it's, you know, going to be safe just to go down to 1 filter. But even then, we'll just keep a really close eye on that filter. I was going to take and mount a new tank in the back between the frame rails, but see, this has the 2, I call them saddle tanks, but it has a tank here and one the same on the other side that is between the frame rail and the rocker panel. Here's the filler in it, of course. This side over here is it's an aftermarket, it's not the original tank, but it's like a custom built deeper tank. So they're 15-gallon tanks, if I remember correctly, on each side of these trucks. This is a 25-gallon tank over here. Only thing is, it sticks down below the cab a little bit right here, which is okay, as long as it's all good inside. So which it should be, and I hope it is. Then I don't care that it sticks down there, because I'm going to probably end up. My plan is to fabricate mounts to put those running boards on both sides, and this only sticks down probably 3 inches, and that running board will cover that up. So that would be ideal. I just want to make sure that this tank is you know, clean enough, and like I said, I have no reason to believe it's not. It's not an original tank, so it's not going to be all rusty and scaly inside. So, but we'll work on that. Once we get it started and running off the tank, we'll move the truck, just kind of see how our brakes are doing. This thing's got awesome power steering on it. It's crazy. You can steer this truck with 1 finger when it's running. But we're getting really close to being able to take it for a ride, just a short ride. We got to make sure the cooling system's all working, make sure the thermostat's opening up as it should. These have unique, well, they're unique to a degree, no pun intended on the degree, thermostats in them, because the cooling system has a bypass, so it has a piece that sticks down off the thermostat. Anyway, we'll make sure that it's actually cycling the coolant and that the fans are running, because it has electric fans on it that ran off of a little temperature sensor. So we just got to make sure that all that's working, so the truck is cooling as it should. But yeah, we're working on getting ready to take a ride in it. So tomorrow evening I'll start on getting the hood up, going through everything, kind of getting that going. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm tied up through the day, but tomorrow evening I'm planning on being in here. It's gonna be a nice day and getting started on this next little phase of this. But hopefully before you know it, we'll be taking a cruise in this baby. So that's about all for today. I appreciate you watching. Any ideas on this truck? I know I got quite a few international fans out there, and anybody that are international guys like myself, you're really an international guy. Like if you're an international guy, you're an international guy. So any cool ideas, any input on this truck, I love to hear it. I love networking with other guys who appreciate and love these trucks. So that's about all for this one. I appreciate y'all watching and your patience with these videos. I'm figuring it out. There again, as I said in the beginning, like and subscribe. Throw a comment in there, please, on this stuff. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one.